I'm Gareth here in the training room at our roastery, and this is the Fellow Ode Gen 2 grinder. It's a grinder that I've been using personally at home in my kitchen for a few months now, and we're excited to finally share this with you at Square Mile Coffee. It's a grinder that I believe gives you cafe quality brews. It gives you great extraction, gives you good clarity and great balance in the cup. If you're thinking about buying one, you're expecting one, or you've already got one, we believe there's something useful in this for everyone. So obviously with any grinder, the most useful and helpful thing to know is what grind size to use for different coffees and different brew methods. Out the box, you'll notice that under the lid of the grinder, Fellow have provided a really nice range of different grind sizes for different brew methods, but we wanted to get a little bit more exact with these recommendations. So we've made lots of different brews using different brew methods, and we have aimed to achieve a nice balance of flavor, but also a specific strength and extraction when brewing Square Mile coffees. These grind sizes are based on a well-calibrated grinder. So what that means is the burrs are almost touching, but not quite, when you're at the finest grind setting on the grinder. If you're not sure about calibration or want to know how to do it, check out Fellow's useful calibration guide. Okay, so here's some of the more common brew methods used at home for filter coffee. Hopefully you have one of these and use one of these on a daily basis. But let's now go through these one by one and just give you our recommendations when brewing Square Mile coffee. So firstly, we've got the 1 cup pour over. So this is more specific to using a 15-gram dose. And for that, we'd recommend that you start on grind size 5. And we're gonna keep on that grind size. Also for the AeroPress, when using about 17.5 grams of coffee, and also the Clever Dripper when you're using about 24 grams. So it's the same grind size for all 3 of those. Now for the French press, when brewing about 30 grams of coffee, we're gonna nudge it just that little bit coarser over to about number 6. So that's 6 for the French press. And then if you're brewing a 2 cup pour over using that same like 30 grams of coffee, then that's gonna be a bit coarser again towards number 7. And if you're like me, and you like lots of coffee in the morning made easily and automatically using an automatic filter brewer, then that's gonna be the more coarse setting, or the most coarse setting. So that's actually gonna be over about number 9, maybe edging into number 10 as well, depending on your dose, but I'm using around sort of 60 grams per liter for 2 or 3 cups for 2 people. Okay, so some general tips and tricks for when using the grinder I found over the last few months. First one is definitely make sure you turn the motor on first and get the burrs spinning. That will do 2 things. That will improve the grind size quality that you get, and it will also help extend the life of the motor. The second thing that you might have read already on the product info page or might not be aware of is the grinder turns itself off. So the grinder knows when it's ground all of the beans that you've put in there, it will automatically turn itself off. Thankfully, the grinder doesn't really need that much cleaning or that much maintenance, but to keep it looking pretty and keep it working at its best, some things I like to do at home are to take out the grinds catcher, put that in the sink with some dish soap and just get rid of any grinds or any oils that have built up in there. I also like to give the knocker a couple of knocks, and then whenever I've got the vacuum cleaner out, I'll just gently go around it and maybe just try and take out any extra bits of retention. And then the last thing maybe is just wiping it with like a microfiber towel sometimes just to keep it looking pretty, but that's about it. So I've really enjoyed using this grinder in my kitchen for the last few months, and as the team at Square Mile enjoyed using it in our training room. It is a premium grinder, but for that, the build quality is excellent. It feels quite heavy and solid, but it does also fit nicely in this really compact size as well, so it'll fit nicely in any kitchen. So overall, we think that you'll really enjoy brewing your coffee every day using the Fellow Ode Gen 2 grinder.